So all is all here, back with another video. Today we're going to go through the rune guide for Kermodon, aka the Lizardman. We're going to go through his early, we'll go through his mid and his late game runes. So without further ado, let's just go over his attack. Kermodon attacks the front line and the damage is portioned to his defense stat, and also grants defense 2 down on the target enemy, and also he converts buff spells into poison dot spells, and also with the new update it also now can convert immunity as a buff, as it didn't beforehand. So Kermodon's attack, I think this little Lizardman is quite underrated, to be fair. Just a little spicy potato for you is that Kermodon's actually got the 4th best defense in the game, and that's also on par with Diaz, which is a cool little spicy nugget. Without further ado, let's crack on to early game. Okay, so now into early game, where you only have 3 runes to choose from. The one that I would suggest to use, and I used, was the Swift rune, just because he is a 3 mana cost monster and you want to use him at the right time as quick as possible, so dropping that mana down to 2 for the first use can help in early game to change the tide of the battle. So Swift is the one that you want to use. On to mid game. So now into mid game, then we've unlocked the majority of the runes. Now I would be switching to the guard rune now, because he is a defense style monster and his attack does go off the portion of the defense you have. So the guard rune is the one you want. Now you're in mid game, you now just want to upgrade them to the purple, and just make sure that you have the bottom left one sort of 5 up to about 5, probably no higher than that, just to give the extra defense bonus on there. But you want to save the rest of your magic dust to the legendaries. And hopefully by now you might have the grey stone, which gives them 20% accuracy. You want to equip that as soon as possible, as soon as you've got it, as it just helps the conversion rate of the buffs when you attack, because it does run off the accuracy. If you are lucky enough to get the purple one, that is better than the grey one. It turns the dots into 3 seconds instead of the 2 seconds that it is, so it gives them an extra bit of damage on there, which is much better than the accuracy. On there, let's move on to late game. Okay, so now into late game. The rune that I would still have would be the guard rune, as this goes hand in hand with his attack. Others might be thinking sort of card return. I did think about that, but then once you do his attack and you clear all the buffs at the front, you gotta wait for a heal and then to restack the buffs while you have him in his card, so you might as well just wait for the rotation. I think I still use guard as the predominant one that I would have. Just now make sure that you're upgrading them all to legendary, and then buffing out the bottom left one to max to give you that extra 32% defense, which will go a long way to his attacking power. Now with the other second set of runes, now you can either go accuracy or swift depending on how you want to do your gameplay. If it was me, he's a 3-star monster, 3 mana cost monster, so I would go for accuracy as much as possible, so you convert in as much as possible of the buffs to get the full use out of Kermodon. Sticking with the purple stone by now, hopefully by late game, unless you're extremely lucky and you get his legendary stone, which is curse reverse. That does entail is on a timed caller, but if someone, say like Finn, attacked Kermodon or someone in his line and have put dots or freeze on them, whichever one comes first, that debuff will go straight back onto Finn which is a cursed reverse, and it cannot be transferred back. So in the right way, the legendary stone is the best stone for him. However, if you are like me, you've just got the purple one is good. Okay, so bringing it back to the end then, Kermidon's runes for early was Swift, and then mid to late game you want to keep them with Guard. So now you know which one's the best for him. Leave a comment down below to which runes that you have your Kermidon on, or which ones you think will work. I'd love to hear your comments. Please like and subscribe. I'm going through all the monsters in Lost Centuria, and I want you to be a part of that. Thank you very much. Bye.